what's up you guys? I'm Sarah Labrat, and today we are going to be talking about how to set up a money plan or an income plan to help scale your business as a content creator or as a creative entrepreneur. If you go on to enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit like and subscribe for more videos like this. And now without further ado, let's get into talking about how to set up an income plan. The first step is to figure out where you sit right now. I want you to grab a sheet of paper, and I prefer Sharpie, but some kind of writing utensil, and do this with me. But first things first, you're gonna write down all of the income streams that you currently have. This is gonna give you a baseline on where you're starting and how you can grow from that point. I'm going to be using all examples today and not actually what I make because I'm not comfortable sharing that with the internet. But for example, I make money from several sources and I now work for myself. So I don't have a 9-to-5, but if you have one, you can totally include that on your income plan. And I think that you should, because that helps give you an idea of what income is coming in month to month. And your income is only one part of the money plan that you should keep in mind as you are trying to scale. Some of the other things that you should also probably be aware of are things like your expenses. What are you spending money on month to month? What are your absolute necessities? What are some of the things that you enjoy a little bit more on top that are not so necessary but tend to show up roughly every month? This includes things like your rent or your mortgage, your utilities, shopping, food. That's both groceries and going out to restaurants and eating. How often do you go to movies or indulge in other kinds of entertainment? Knowing what all of your expenses are and how much money you need to make to live is one of the key components to figuring out how much money you should be making and then how much you want to be making on top of that. So once you know your expenses, so all of the money that comes in and goes back out the door month to month, you can then think about how much you want to save or invest every month. And then based off of those two numbers, your expenses and how much you would like to be saving, you can calculate how much you should be setting aside for taxes monthly. That way at the end of the year, you don't get hit with a huge tax bill that was unexpected. And then based off of these three numbers, you will get the amount that you want to be making every single month. Once you have all of your income streams written down, whether it's one or more than one, I wrote down some examples here. You're gonna write down next to whatever it is, the amount of money that you make each month from that thing. And I recommend an average month, not necessarily one of the extremes, not too high and not too low if things seem to fluctuate. And this is basically just gonna give you a baseline of where you're currently sitting if you do not keep an eye on your finances month to month already. So once you have your baseline and you kind of know what you make month to month, you can now set a goal for what you want to be making month to month. And then start brainstorming how you can amplify your current income streams to get bigger and starting new income streams to bring in more money. For example, if you want to make $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, or whatever it is, you can start breaking down those numbers into goal numbers for each of the income streams listed. So again, all of my things listed down here are examples, but let's say that you want to make about $8,000 a month, because about $8,000 a month is a six-figure year. Let's say that you make YouTube videos and you want to be making about $1,000 in ad revenue every single month. So you write down that goal next to YouTube of $1,000. Let's say that you want to be making something similar, maybe let's say $750 from Instagram. Maybe you're in the Reels bonus program. Maybe you're in a different bonus program that Instagram offers, but let's write $750 down there. As a content creator, maybe you want to land some sponsorships or do some user-generated content. Let's say maybe you want to try and shoot for $2,000 in UGC and $500 in sponsorships. As a content creator, you can also be talking about products that you love and using affiliate codes for those products so that you get a small percentage of the commission off of those products. Let's say that you are feeling really good about your affiliates and you want to be making $500 a month from them. Maybe you have people that want to learn something from you, so you start offering one-on-one or one-on-multiple coaching calls. And let's say that you make $1,500 off of that. Maybe you offer a course on something that you're really good at and you get $500 in monthly sales on that course or those courses. Maybe you have a large TikTok following and you're making $500 a month from TikTok. And then maybe you offer a couple of freelancing services on something that you're good at. Again, leveraging the skills that you have and know that you can offer to other people. And maybe you make $750 a month off of those services. And then suddenly you have a money plan that gets you to $8,000 a month. You can set this for any number goal. You can set this with any number of income streams. It just kind of helps break down the larger goal of, oh, I want to make $8,000 a month, $10,000 a month, however much you want to be making with your expenses, your taxes, how much you want to be saving every single month. And then that starts to make that number goal a little bit more attainable and bite-sized, because the last thing you want to do is set a goal that's way too out there, that feels too overwhelming. You can set big goals. I am a huge advocate for setting really big goals, but also set something that's a little bit more reasonable and a goal that you can get to a little bit sooner so that you don't give up on that big goal. With setting an income goal, I do think that it's really important to be fully aware of where you're starting, which is why 5, the first thing that we did was sit down and figure out how much income and how many income streams you currently have. The first time I sat down to make myself an income plan was the first day that I realized that leaving my job to fully work for myself was possible, and that setting up multiple streams of income was actually far more reliable than relying on one 9-to-5 or one full-time job. And I think 2020 showed a lot of us this, but you can lose your job relatively easily. There's the lie of a secure 9-to-5, but if you have other income streams set up and multiple at that, you do not need to fear on your income completely going to zero one month just because something out of your control happened. Because while these numbers might fluctuate month to month, it is so highly unlikely that all of these things will go to zero at the same exact time. And if they do, there's probably bigger issues happening in the world. And likely in that scenario, a full-time job would not have been that secure either. Wherever you're at in your journey, I highly recommend sitting down and making an income plan, even if it's just to show yourself what's out there. But as soon as you make an income plan, then you can start working towards those goals. One of the things that I like most about having an income plan as a content creator is it helps remind me what is in my control for me to make more money. For example, I've done a couple Instagram sponsorships and I've gotten all of those based off of Instagram DMs. So I can spend my time flipping through my Instagram DMs, responding to my Instagram comments, but I can also go on more of the offensive and send out inquiries to companies that I might want to work with to start a conversation about a potential sponsorship. I also love sitting down every couple months with my income plan to kind of reflect on how my income plan that I last made went, and then revisiting some of the topics on there moving forward to see what worked well and what didn't, and how I can adjust moving forward so that I can continue to grow my brand and my income hand in hand. It's also really fun just to sit down and brainstorm all of the different ways that somebody can make money online. For example, with my content creation, I can't control the views that my videos get, but I control the amount of videos that I put out and the amount of energy that I put into those videos to making sure that they are the best that they can possibly be. So here on YouTube, I release 2 videos a week on Mondays and Thursdays. Sometimes it's Tuesdays and Fridays, but I try to release videos twice a week. On Instagram, I try to put out somewhere between 2 and 5 reels a day, and then I can repurpose those videos over to TikTok as well. So I'm not spending more time on the content creation itself, and I'm just repurposing the content that I already have. I'm also trying to grow my Pinterest following, so I will take those videos that I reposted from Instagram over to TikTok and also put them up on Pinterest. YouTube Shorts is also something that's growing and will start to be monetized here in February of 2023. With so many platforms pushing short form content right now, it's really cool to be able to sit down and realize how many different platforms you can repurpose the same information for, or the same content that you've already made. So like I said earlier, when I make Instagram Reels, I repost those to TikTok, Pinterest, and sometimes YouTube Shorts. And so one piece of content can then be on 4 different platforms and therefore has the potentially 4 completely different audiences. And there are so many ways to make money online, which is actually why I'm starting a podcast that's going to be releasing in February, all about creatives making money from their passions. I will release more information about the podcast when the time is closer, but I'm very excited to share that with all of you. I would love to know down below if you learned something from this video or what some of your income streams that you wrote down were. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. My name is Sarah Labrat. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.